Jacoby. Jalen, go Irish.
Oh, really, Skylar? You gonna come on our program talking about Notre Dame?
She was Skylar.
Michigan gonna handle that this year in football.
He is Jalen versus everybody.
What up, though? And on the cool check-in.
Together, we're Jalen and Jacoby on ESPN 2 at 3 p.m. What do we do?
We find individuals that have supported our movement for 7 years, exactly what they want, when they need it.
Well, the Warriors movement continued. The dynastic Warriors came out to play in the Bay, and we all know that Kevin Durant was the Finals MVP, but Jordan Bell was the parade MVP. Not only did he bring his own hand, when he ran out of Henny, look, they spotted some in the crowd. And notice the people around him were not on the team, by the way. Right? He went into the crowd and just started celebrating, and then put the goggles on, and then got another bottle of Henny just to continue the party. I loved everything about this, but what I loved more, when he was asked about his adult beverage intake during an interview, it was suggested he was drinking champagne. He set the record straight. Let's watch.
What's going on here? Now I don't know what champagne is. I'm on here.
Congratulations, Jordan.
Hey! But Jordan Bell's saga continued. Eventually, if you're day drinking a bottle of Henny plus another bottle of Henny, it's going to catch up to you at some point. This is Jordan Bell before doing an interview when he got off the parade float. If you take a look at Jordan here, homeboy needs some air. He really needs some air. Look at him. He's just trying to put his face inside the air filter just to get some air. So Jalen Rose.
That's Jordan Bell figuring out the air conditioner.
He's a rookie, right? So my question for you is hard liquor the wrong choice for a parade route? What is the ideal drink for a parade?
Well, a lot of things just happen in that 5 minutes. Okay, so let me unpack a couple of things.
Unpack it all, please.
One, I want everybody to understand something. Don't drink after somebody you wouldn't kiss. You could catch something. Okay. I saw him going to a crowd and grab a bottle and drink it after some individuals.
I cannot follow that.
No.
Continue.
The other thing, I'm with you on if you're going to be doing some day drinking, Hennessy probably shouldn't be the drink of choice because you won't last long.
You should probably mix it with something.
You won't last long.
Something, head and ginger.
And for those that haven't paid attention, people that look like me and love to get it in and champagne and campaign like you, yeah, we know about the Henny. It's no surprise. But it seems like for the masses of America in the suburbs, they feel like it's a surprise to see people loving the Henny.
Well, we've got a segment. We'll address that later. But right now, I want to address this. Kevin Durant, natural-born scorer, veteran scorer. Kevin Durant, clearly not a veteran drinker. Let's look at Kevin Durant on his parade route as he is just trying to enjoy some champagne. He's trying to pop it. He's seen people do it in movies before. And this guy's 7 feet tall, one of the best athletes in the world, can't open a bottle of champagne. He can't get it open. He has to hand it to his homeboy. Look at this is like 30 seconds into the clip right now. And look, he's giving it, he said, this is how you do it, shake it up, pop it up. He cannot do it. He had to delegate the opening of a champagne bottle to his friend. Jalen Rose, my question for you is, what does this tell you about Kevin Durant and this generation of players?
Well, I don't want to sound like the older you get, the longer the walk was to school, but a couple of things that stood out to me in that clip. One, I guess the people that criticized his strength at the draft were right.
Might be right.
They might be right. But the other thing that struck me in that video is, I'm not opening your champagne bottle, dog. You can't. You gotta own that, dog.
Yeah, that's it.
Come on, man.
That's it.
Because I'm about to open a bottle for you to put on your mouth. Yeah. Come on, man. It's not
no disrespect to that gentleman. I don't know who he is, but no disrespect to him whatsoever. But like, at some point, you got to open up your own champagne bottle. I'm not going to open it for him. He opens it for him, then hands it back to him so he can spray the crowd with it. Like, no, KD, you're the Finals MVP, former MVP of the league. You got to open up your own champagne bottle. Draymond Green trolled LeBron James with his shirt. We all saw it, but he trolled Tristan Thompson with some words. Let's listen.
We just ain't cut the same. I told one of them dudes from Cavs after the game, he tried to shake my hand. I said, Tristan, we ain't cut the same.
And there he is. Tristan Thompson goes to shake his hand. He does not shake his hand. Jalen Rose, soft move or boss move, denying Tristan Thompson the handshake?
Boss move!
I knew you were going to say that.
I need to see more of this in sports.
Okay.
Because when you're a fire-breathing dragon and you're face-to-face with me for 7, 6, 5, 4 basketball games, and then the game ends, and I'm all like,
I was supposed to give you a big
dog.
hug. We've seen it.
That's phony. You meant what you said to me, dog. And I'm going to remember what you said.
You called me all kinds of words.
You said meet you in the back, right?
Yeah.
Now you want to come get me that? No, dog, I'm going to leave you hanging. I am not mad at that at all. That is classic footage that I wish our network would run more. I'm glad this program has that. I didn't realize that even existed.
General Manager Bob Myers was previously quoted as saying that KD can have any contract he wants. It will not be a difficult negotiation.
You like.
Well, he was at the parade, and maybe he might have enjoyed a couple of adult beverages, maybe some Henny or some of that champagne, and he sort of had a little amendment to what he said earlier. Let's listen.
And then I heard you tell Kevin Durant he can have whatever contract he wants next year.
Yeah, that was just for the media. He can't have anything like that at all. Mid-level. Yeah, mid-level, behind closed doors.
Because I think last year he told Steph he could have any contract he wants too. So
well, yeah, that was different. He's been here from the run, the way before days. He's earned it.
And there ended the Warriors' cohesion right there.
KD got to hear it from people like us in the media. KD's got to hear it from people on Twitter. KD's got to set up burner accounts so he can respond to these people on Twitter. And now KD is hearing it from inside the house. His own front office is kind of clowning him for his decision to join their team. And don't even look at me like I'm reading too much into this, because you could tell from the crowd reaction that didn't go over very well.
It didn't go over well with KD. It was awkward for Steph.
Awkward
you
for
saw
everybody.
How he was looking.
Yeah.
And when you see the clip again, look at Sean Livingston. They like, oh, man.
Yeah, everybody was like, Bob is the reason that Jordan Bell's Henny bottle was empty. Bob is the reason, because he was a little excited, feeling himself a little bit when he made those comments.
And also, here's the thing, though. If you are KD, he's talked ad nauseum about the fact that while winning championships are terrific and wonderful, and he hopes to win more, that they don't necessarily mean life or death to him anymore. He understands that level of, I'm playing basketball because this is what I do, not who I am. And I just see that he's trying to converge those worlds. That's somebody that's a growing 29-year-old man for public consumption that just happened to be really good at basketball. So he's sensitive to that.
I felt terrible for KD when I watched that clip.
And so now when it's the media saying you need to have your own squad, or fans saying you jumped on the bandwagon,
you're a snake.
For
That's
you
fine.
to kind of understand that, wow, this is the depiction that people have within the organization, that's a gut punch.
But it's one thing if someone in my family pulls me aside and wants to criticize something I did or do, because they want to make me better. But to make a joke out of it into a microphone during a celebration, that just seems like it's not what you do, it's how you do it. That was done very wrong.
Well, here's what happens when you start drinking. Sometimes you start telling the truth.
I know.
That's one.
Sounded like
and
you
I'm
did
not
tell the
blaming
truth.
him on doing that. I'm just saying. And number two, when you start winning at the clip that they do, you start to feel a level of confidence.
Of course.
Good on myself.
Bob Myers gets a lot of
Good on
credit, as
myself.
he should.
And shout out to my homie, Mr. Fab, in that clip with Draymond.
KD's ego isn't the only one that Mr. Myers needs to deal with now, because Draymond Green had this to say about potentially signing an extension with the Warriors this summer. He said, quote, "If I continue to play my game, if I continue to do better, they gotta do me right, or somebody else will." Jalen Rose, are you surprised to hear this from Saginaw's Draymond Green?
No, I'm not surprised. The fascinating thing that when people talk about the Golden State Warriors, we assume that in a salary cap-driven sport that they're going to be able to keep their 4 All-Stars forever. And each person's situation is different. So when you're trying to split up the pot, is everybody going with a realistic point of view? And so if you're Draymond Green, unlike Steph and KD, you don't have $200 million shoe deals.
No, you don't.
So for Klay, he just got a nice shoe deal as well. So Draymond, the majority of funds he's going to make will be from the team. So it's important for him to continue to keep top dollar, because now I'm keeping pace with my brothers where we all making sacrifices, and I made an initial sacrifice for us to be able to attain KD. So for me, I understand what he's saying, but the undercurrent of also what he alluded to, the somebody else will part is I hear the whispers from the outside and on the inside that if somebody isn't going to be here for a long time, maybe I'm
That's what I
the
would
weak
pick.
link.
That's what I would pick.
And so
You got
if that is
he's
the
got
case,
4 rings on his fingers.
if that is the case, I
He's
got to
looking-
get my bread.
He's like, he's got 4 rings on his fingers. What's the 5th? You know, it's like, you know what's nice? Another ring. You know what else is nice? $60 million more. Coming up next on Jalen and Jacoby, Lil Wayne did something that I find absolutely unforgivable. We'll tell you what that is after this. Jalen Jacoby, Jalen Rose, Kyrie Irving.